The Parsons Wall story began in 1946 when a couple of brothers, just back from serving in World War II, formed a company dedicated to quality, craftsmanship, and attention to detail. Back then, it's hard to say if Eamon and Tom Parsons over 60 years ago knew just how big their enterprise would become or how many satisfied customers they'd meet along the way. Today, Parsons Walls is headed up by Eamon's sons, Kevin and Bill. Along with Bill's son Chris and Kevin's sons Paul and Tim, the brothers are continuing the family tradition of building the world's finest natural rock retaining walls that was started by Eamon and Tom 50 years ago.
So they had both been involved in landscaping. Their dad had actually been a landscaper as well. And so they saw a need in Seattle for retaining walls. So the both of them got together and partnered up together.
While plenty of things have come to change since then, one thing has remained constant. To build a great retaining wall, you need to start with the finest materials. When available, Parsons Walls uses rocks from the local environment. A Parsons rock retaining wall is a craft that requires patience, passion, and skill in each individual rock that is placed.
Every time they place a rock, it's an emotional part of them. When they get that rock in their machine, they put a lot of emotion in there. So when that wall is done, every rock has had a little bit of piece of them and time out of their life, and when it's done, they stand back and look at it, or they come back from lunch, they critique themselves more than anybody. So it's very interesting to watch the operators take the you don't see a lot of trades out there that get the passion for it, and they really take their walls seriously.
Because there is quite a technique to it. It doesn't, people say you just stack rock. Well, you don't just stack rock.
It is like a jigsaw puzzle with pieces that don't fit. And it can get pretty frustrating. You know, I have calluses on my forehead from beating my head on the ground when they don't fit.
And these are some mighty big puzzle pieces. Each one of these rocks can weigh several thousand pounds, and getting them in place takes some skill. A Parsons crew uses as many rocks as they can find on site, and then they make a trip to the quarry.
We actually have our own equipment at the quarry. So we sort them, we load them on a truck, we scale them out, we haul them to the job, we dump them, and then the machine picks them up, and we've got a grapple that rotates 360 degrees. We find a good face, set it in place, and then continue to do that down the line. And then we have additional material come in that's called 2 to 4 inch crushed rock backfill. And we backfill that material behind the wall before we put our next layer on.
A typical Parsons wall ranges from 4 to 18 feet tall. Part of what makes a Parsons wall unique is that every rock wall is site-specifically engineered to accommodate the surrounding conditions.
These are large boulders, anywhere from 2,000 to 6,000 pounds, depending on the height of the wall. And then behind that, we use a smaller rock that's a 2 to 4 inch type of rock. That I have here right in my hand, happens to be sitting right here. We use that, and that interlocks the rocks together, makes the wall stronger, provides a drainage layer so that the water, you don't have any hydrostatic water buildup. So that makes the wall stronger, interlocks all these big boulders in, and also the weeds do not grow in that area.
The nice thing about the Parsons walls is they don't leak, they don't crack, they don't stain, they're graffiti resistant, they don't get the calcium coming through like a lot of times you see the white effervescence on block walls.
Crafting these boulders into an awe-inspiring rock wall is a specialized task, one which takes time and patience to learn.
I would say if you get someone who knows nothing, at least 2 years, minimum, because it's such a specialty, and we put our name on these. I mean, these are Parsons walls. We strive to convey that this is what we have built. It has to be done the right way. So it takes a long time and a lot of commitment on Parsons walls to create that knowledge and become familiar with the construction of a rock wall.
50 years of dedication to craftsmanship and customer satisfaction has served Parsons walls well. 3 generations in, they're bigger and better than ever.
Oh, I really am. I'm just very proud of well, my sons and then the people, the superintendents and so forth that are working for them, because they've got a real strong success-oriented attitude. All of them do. So I'm really proud of the fact that they're willing to just go out and try something new in a new area and so forth.
Originally, way back when, it was a small time thing, and now we've got 4 offices that we're servicing, and a whole lot of crews and a whole lot of rock walls, and continue to improve. And we're really excited about what's in store for the future.
Yeah, we've come a long way since 1946 when my dad and his brother had their weapons carrier. They would get in maybe 100 to 150 square feet a day, the 2 of them. And now, since then, we've opened up branches in Reno and Sacramento, in Las Vegas, and also in Phoenix. Any day there's 35 crews out there assembling walls all over the western United States, California, Arizona, Nevada. It's just amazing where it's come from such humble beginnings.
Parsons Walls has installed millions of square feet of natural rock retaining walls, and they can handle any job. Don't just take our word for it. Companies like Microsoft, Boeing Aircraft, Marriott Hotels, Lowe's, Costco, and McDonald's have all put in Parsons walls, and they've partnered with prominent home builders like Perini, KB Homes, D.R. Horton Homes, and Pulte Homes. Experience the difference Parsons Wall can make on your next project. They have locations in Las Vegas, Reno, Sacramento, and Phoenix. Call Parsons Walls today for a free estimate and let them take your project to the next level.